Hello, people. Watch us say, "Good morning, Vietnam." That was one of them old movies, I think, with Robin Harris. He's playing that radio disc jockey over there in Vietnam. Hey, people, I'm glad that you are back. By popular demand. This is the Black Raspberry Radio Show on S.STREET Media Radio on live 365.com. Yo, what's going on, people? We're gonna take a journey into a little bit of music. You know, today we switched how the way the rotation how the way we have it. Usually I go on first, and usually we have those beautiful sounds of music played after I give my verbal shit, my verbalness. Today's music is Marvin Gaye, What's Going On album, released 1971, January 20th, 1971. Followed by the Trouble Man album, followed by the Let's Get It On album, and followed by that beautiful Black American painting that was on Good Times. The What's Going On album. And I Want You, not What's Going On, I Want You, the I Want You album. So Marvin Gaye had him some hits from 1971 all the way to 1976. So he kind of R. Kelly the charts, or Luther Vandross the charts during his time, but due to tax invasion and spending up a lot of money on that yayo, because that at that time in the 1970s, that's that transition of that heroin to that cocaine, keeping these artists upbeat and, you know, making that music. But in any case, rest in peace, Marvin Gaye. We love you because you left us and you left your family a lot of damn money. When people want to come and sample that music, they gotta come pay that Marvin Gaye estate a lot of money, because I was glad that y'all got, what's that boy name that stole y'all shit? Pharrell and Robin Thicke. And they played that to the judge in the court, and the judge like, serious? You telling me that y'all didn't sample that? That was like when Vanilla Ice did that sample for Ice Ice Baby, and they're like, serious. So shout out to Marvin Gaye. I'm gonna touch on something politically right quick in these next couple of minutes, and some things that y'all need to absorb. And I'm gonna say a couple of things on my subject matter today. Illegal searches and seizure. Section 3 of the 4th Amendment of illegal searches and seizure. Aryan cop in Brownsville, and this is a woman, Aryan cop. You know, the blonde-haired, blue-eyed one that's just, like, she's angry that she's a cop. Maybe she lives in Long Island somewhere, and y'all writing up a lot of tickets. Y'all need reasonable suspicion to check people. Like, okay, I'm gonna give you an example. If any of y'all have anything illegal on you, do not ride on the fucking sidewalk with your bike. Bloomberg has started that, but they kind of downgraded that when de Blasio was in office. But it's one of those statutes that's in law that, you know what, let's use this to stop people. So they trying to do everything and anything to stop people so they can have the probable cause of the pat down. It's like, damn, stop and frisk left, but you're riding your bike on the sidewalk and you're not supposed to be riding your bike on the sidewalk. That's illegal. So I had to go to not church. I had to go to court this morning, you know, in support of my children, and I'm saying it. And you police, y'all overreacting, because I'm looking at the videos that these children are showing me, and it's like, yo, I know that you want to fill those quotas. I know that you need those tickets, because those tickets bring in revenue for the city, but you are violating people's rights, these youngins' rights, and y'all getting tight that they starting to become educated about their rights, and that you're really effing with them. And also, to the children that's out there, don't you ever forget, idle time is the devil's worship. So when you're out there doing nothing, some dumb shit is bound to happen, and you can get caught up in some dumb shit. Cause sometimes if you ain't doing shit and you running from them cops, they could fuck around and kill you. Like, I give you a perfect example. Let's just say if this right here, Exhibit A, right here is in my pocket. My mother was scared for me to be down south in South Carolina with this thing when I went to go see her, when she was hospitalized for a short period of time. And I'm so happy my mama recovered. She said, Aunt, please take this off because I don't want this to stick out and the cops kill you. So I guess if this is in my pocket, this would give officers reasonable suspicion to check me because it kind of looked like a gun. But my thing is, I always knew that I was going to shoot my way out of the hood, either by using a gun or a camera. Reasonable suspicion. You can't give cops reasonable suspicion to come pat your ass down. Also, let me say this. I'm going to read this. Something that I had copied when I went up on Google. I said, let me Google the Fourth Amendment. Just a little bit of things of the Fourth Amendment. Illegal searches and seizures. Cops, no. This is what I want to read. Illegal searches and seizures, Section 3 of the Fourth Amendment. The right of the people to secure in their person, their houses, their papers, against any unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued. So there was a situation that occurred that someone ran into my home, and they said that they seen someone run into my home, and they just wanted to come in my fucking house and ransack my motherfucking house. The Fourth Amendment. And I'm glad that they had an Indian sergeant on deck, and he was like, yo, come on, we gotta get out of here. Because those white ones, and how Ice Cube said, black police selling out for the white cop. Like, I don't know what it is with the Negroid officer. Y'all motherfuckers overdo it. And it's like, yo, you're worse than the white. I mean, I'm glad my pit bull didn't jump out there and started barking, because those motherfuckers would have shot my dog. Because you said that you had reasonable suspicion because you seen something suspicious and someone came in the house. And y'all had a whole fucking police force outside my fucking door ready to bum rush, ransack my shit. But that officer knew if y'all motherfuckers come up here, and if y'all would have found anything that you said that you suspected of, it would have been thrown out. And y'all would have had a hefty fucking lawsuit for not following the fucking law. If this was the 1980s and the 1970s and the 1960s, that shit would have went down. Not unless you'd have been a motherfucker that knew a constitutional lawyer, or you would have had some fucking real money to defend that shit. Yo, I'm just glad that things, to all the people that has gotten arrested, you kind of pave a way to stop these officers for doing what the fuck they feel like they doing. Rest in peace. I remember one time with Sake. I'm just going to go down in on the subject of illegal search and seizure. The 90s. Let's come out of the early 80s and the late 80s and the early 90s, when crack cocaine was crack cocaine. When Nas said crack cocaine kept the hood from starving. When crack cocaine gave people salaries. Like, I give you, for instance, you're working in McDonald's and you're getting paid $3.75 and you're 15 years old and your fucking man is just the lookout. And this motherfucker got $5,000 in his pocket. Oh, you're holding that money? No, that's what I was paid. I saved up all my money for the whole month. Yes, it has happened. These are the days where people, I swear, it's just crazy. I'm just a little bit lost for words. It's just crazy and sad how the way cops just feel that they could just go on and just do what they feel like they want to do with these illegal searches and seizures. As a matter of fact, right back to Seiko. I don't want to lose my thought. I remember a cop. He was a beat cop, and he became a captain, and he seen Seiko. Called him over. Hey, yo, Reggie, come here. He told me and Seiko to lift up our shirts. This is maybe like 2007, 2008. And that nigga Seiko said, get him, ask him something. And he was like, what you want to ask me? I was like, yo, was it right for you to unwarrantedly search people the way that you did? The white cop said, we got guns off the street. He said, but if you was smart enough, if you was one of those that was smart enough to actually go to the law library and to look up your charge and maybe tell your legal aid attorney, this is what you should say, you would have came home. You would not have copped out. Because even back in the days when you got caught with guns in the 80s and 90s, you was getting probation for guns. But you had some people that fought those cases and they won on grounds of an illegal search and seizure. You did not have probable cause to arrest me, even though I had a Mac fucking 11 with a 40 shot fucking clip. Like, did it bulge out? No, you just came fucking with me because you just came fucking with me. Excuse my French, excuse my language. So that's enough of that with the illegal searches and seizure. Just be careful, y'all. Don't be in the act of bullshit like jaywalking. If you know that you got something on you, don't jaywalk. They said, cross on the green, not in between. Just do not do nothing to give these fuckers anything to even touch you, to not even say anything to you, which they're going to do it anyway to entice you and see how you're going to react and see how you're going to flinch. But y'all need to be correct and right and exact with y'all shit. Let me jump off that right there. Muhammad Ali. My cousin came by Saturday and he said, Muhammad Ali made America look bad when he did not want to join the draft. This was Muhammad Ali protesting the draft in the 1960s about the Vietnam War. Because he's like, you're not going to send me 10,000 miles around the planet to go fight with a Vietnam that's brown just like me. And all the boxing licensing people, they revoked Muhammad Ali's boxing license. They took that shit away. Muhammad Ali couldn't fight nobody. Nobody didn't want to sanction his ass. None of that. And you know what's crazy? Because the Supreme Court, they voted 8-0 that they found an error in his appeals when it was never stated to why they rejected his case. The Court of Appeals, the lower courts, before it made it to Supreme Court, they just like, nah, we ain't trying to hear that. I know for sure it was like, yo, that motherfucker fucking with the Nation of Islam. And to all you people that don't know, maybe you didn't watch The Godfather of Harlem, or maybe you're not knowledgeable of this, but that great man, Muhammad Ali, his ass could have got killed by the mob, by the Italian mob. They would have killed his ass if he did not, again, if he did not go to Brother Malcolm and Brother Malcolm taking him to Elijah Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad giving him that name, Muhammad Ali, not Cassius X. Kind of shut Malcolm X shit down and having him being called Cassius X, but calling him Muhammad Ali. But I said, but what made America look good was those 8 justices at that time voting that the reason why we sit here on this bench is to see fairness. And this ruling that y'all gave on Muhammad Ali for these last, I think Muhammad Ali put that verdict that he dodged that draft, as they say, in 1966. And they said 1966, that those times of the Vietnam War, it was on and popping. My dad went into that war from 66 to 72, but from 1966 to 1971, Muhammad Ali did not have a fight. but the Supreme Court overruled that it was unfair, so they threw it out. So Muhammad Ali, on his religious beliefs and his beliefs, period, that I should not be fighting a war over there against the Viet Cong because they brown skin, because why am I going over there fighting a war and y'all not even treating us over here right? Rest in peace, Jesse Owens. Rest in peace, Joe Louis. Because they both went up against Adolf Hitler's Aryans athletes. And they won. And it's crazy because they said that Adolf Hitler, Max Schilling, I think that's his name, Max Schilling. He was the one that I think, yeah, he was the one that played for Muhammad Joe Louis' funeral. Him and Joe Louis became kind of best friends. So I wanted to touch down on that with Muhammad Ali and the Supreme Court. I always tell people, a lot of Asians sometime at my job when we talk 42nd Street. And I'm going to get to when 42nd Street changed, but the karate movies. Those karate movies, to see karate movies on a 35 millimeter screen, and you're such when you're a child and you're looking at the 5 Deadly Venoms and the Kid with the Golden Arms and Master Killer, and even going up to Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee and looking at the Game of Death, that was some special shit to witness that. And it's and during them times coming out of the late 70s, coming into the early 80s, when hip hop is getting ready to make its move, making this move on up with sheepskins and gold ropes and gold teeths here in New York City, it just wasn't, it was an amazing time. But what I wanted to say is, when gentrification took 42nd Street, if we think gentrification takes the hood, gentrification took 42nd Street. If you wanted to be a hoe, come to 42nd Street. Pimp will pick you up right there at the Port Authority. If you want to run away from home and you want to play video games all damn day, go to 42nd Street. You want to snatch a purse, go to 42nd Street. You want to indulge in drugs and sex, go to 42nd Street. They had it all. And people, they were so mesmerized. They was mesmerized. When they got off them buses and you got off that train at 34th Street and you walking up 8th Avenue and you seen them bright lights, people got so mesmerized by that shit. But I was there when 1997, this is when Rudolph Giuliani is in office, and he cleaned that shit up. He was like, yo, y'all got to go. And I remember when the ball dropped, 97, they had the cops out there with the horses. Y'all know, if you've been out there at Times Square from 8th Avenue all the way to 6th Avenue and everything that's in between, it's millions of people's there. Yo, they was not playing. Like, yo, y'all got to move because we got to make way for the cleanup. So if y'all want to see a good movie, and I have mentioned this before, it's a movie called The Deuce. Came on HBO that really actually showed the rise and the fall of that era of 42nd Street. I said that maybe that's coming into the early 70s, going into the 90s with peep shows and the mob making all their money off those VHS tapes, because porno became a big thing off the VHS tape. When people was getting VCRs, and if you had a VCR, you was the shit. You was the shit. Oh, let me jump back. I want to jump back to the illegal search and seizure. On my notes that I have, the cop clicked on his camera and said that this relative had something illegal on him. And I said, no, that's your reasonable suspicion. And this Aryan cop, You're Aryan. I'm just saying, I'm giving the description. The blonde head, blue-eyed cop. She looked so angry. Like, damn, you got away and we could have had us a case. Like, why is you so hooked on it like that? You know what, like what damage do you wanna come into Brownsville and do? Why do y'all find people and I guess y'all do y'all evaluations like, yeah, we gonna need somebody to go up in there and bust heads and keep that friction. But when he said what he said, and me and the officer shook hands, I'm like, yeah, thanks for the release of my son. Thanks for getting, whatever what y'all did to give him that desk appearance ticket. But I said, well, thank God for the Fourth Amendment. Illegal searches and seizures. That shit is bad. Something that's going on in the news right now, Puff Daddy. And I really didn't want to touch on Puff. It's like, yo, Puff, you have had a long run. And when I hear Gene Deal, your former bodyguard, and this is a bodyguard that was there from CUNY, son. He was there probably, if he's there with the City College incidents, he's there when Puff is doing parties at BMCC. I used to try to get into them parties at BMCC. This is 91. Seeing this name on this flyer, Puff Daddy, like, yo, who the fuck is Puff Daddy? I gotta get with Puff Daddy. This is 91. Me leaving out of high school, I'm like, yo, I got to get with this guy, Puff Daddy. And I looked at the TMZ interview and I look at the Cassie tape, and it's so sad. And it's crazy because that incident that you see was the incident that was released inside the lawsuit. What what's crazy is, but why now did that tape come out? Didn't he pay for the tape? Why is it coming out now? It's like, yo, now it's bear witness that it's some puppet master shit going on behind these scenes. How did that manage to come out? It was actually, it's in the lawsuit, but why didn't it been come out? Why everybody was on the take to get the money? If y'all really cared, the people at that hotel, the Continental, the Intercontinental, whatever what hotel that was out there in LA. And Puff, why are you still in LA like that? You must have some real fucking niggas out there to really hold you down. You got a house in LA? After all that shit that happened? I mean, you should have a right to live wherever the hell you want to live at, but Puff, come on, son. What narcissist shit that you have in your spirit, Puff? That was my darkest moment. Love to Cassie. What about fucking Black Rob? What about Craig Mack? What about Big Puff? What about them people? $700 million, you won. You hearing all the stories of people getting their money beat? I'm glad Total and them is out there doing shows to get some money, but to a lot of the songwriters and some of them people that wanted to make it, like, why you shatter their dreams like that, Puff? Why you do that, man? And the only thing that I can say, because I love Puff, son, that yo, when people would ask me, yo, who you fuck with, Jay-Z, the rapper, or Puff Daddy, I'm like, I'm fucking with the nigga Puff, son. I love Puff. But what the fuck did you do? I think the universe has sat back and watched the demonic shit that you've done, grabbing men's penis. You hearing men say that shit? And you're not stepping up, denying that shit neither? You ain't saying nothing about it. It's like, damn, Puff, that's crazy, bro. How long we got, Mav? All right, y'all. Yeah, but Puff, I hope that you situate your situation and what you doing I mean, you in a bad situation, and the sin of vanity has come. I don't know if you're going to tell on people to bring everybody else down, because this house of cards and this music industry, it's about time that this shit, it's about time that it collapsed, man. Doing people bad, and that thing is, it's just not fair. I want to talk about right quick in closing, new music. No, TikTok. My granddaughter and her friend, they be making these TikTok videos. TikTok is so crazy. Not that it's so crazy. It's the editing part. You can edit some shit on TikTok with no problem. And I give technology is good now, but that TikTok got things twisted a bit. Let me shoot right back to the 70s in closing. Like I said, the songs that you have heard before I started speaking was Marvin Gaye, the What's Going On album, released January 20th, 1971. We had a song from The Trouble Man, which that was a soundtrack. I think that movie came out about 1972, maybe about like 72, 73. Trouble Man came out. Beautiful sounding soundtrack, beautiful. Let's Get It On, which we already know that song. Let's Get It On, and Marvin Gaye's I Want You. So Marvin Gaye's biggest competition during that time in the 1970s would have to been Barry White, Al Green, the Isley Brothers, Howard Melvin and the Blue Notes. I'm giving a tremendous shout out to that beautiful music that was laid down, because if you're over the age of 47 on up, that was the music that your mom and your dad listened to while you was being conceived. Maybe that's why we are the loving mother effers that we are today. As far as the generation now, y'all kind of was born to Biggie Smalls, Coogee Rap, Wu-Tang Clan. Maybe when y'all was in mom's wombs, I'm not saying all y'all, but y'all kind of wild. And then these kids that was born in 2004, 2005, 2006, y'all born to the Lil Wayne music. So, you know, when we are growing in our mom's wombs, we also listen. How many more minutes? We are also listening to music while we are in our mother's womb. Yo. The internet, not the internet, YouTube, right quick. Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane said Suge Knight offered him some money, and this is 1996. And he was like, Suge offered him some money, like, it's like, nah. That is just too much damn money. Like, I know I want a record deal, but god damn, you gonna give me all this money? And he said that Suge Knight, like, yo, I have to give you to this, because you like an OG of this right here. It's like, we fans of you over here, and I got the money to give it to you. But that nigga Big Daddy Kane was like, nah. Said that he got on that plane the next day and got the fuck up out of it. He said that he was there when Tupac was starting to write Hit 'Em Up. You know, I always go back to that song, Hit 'Em Up, because it just was such a strong song. And you know, another person I looked up right quick, this guy named King Von. They're like, this man King Von was a serial killer. I mean, I don't know. But I know he did some shit on 60th Street, 63rd Street. And I watched the video with one of my friends. It's like, damn, this shit is hard. This was years ago. This is maybe a time before he got killed down there in Atlanta. I'm like, who the fuck is the kid King Von? He's like, yo, this is that nigga King Von. But then you hearing stories, it's like, oh yeah, he was out here killing people. Like, oh my goodness. Come on, y'all. We got to stop that shooting. We got to stop it. We got to get this shit together. 7 bodies. Killed 7 people. And it kind of make you think like, damn, like to the police, like, damn, y'all. Aren't y'all paid to investigate things like this? Or sometimes you know what it is, you just don't care. Because there's been people killed in my neighborhood that was doing some killings that when they did die, you did not really care on to solving those murders. All right, y'all people, tune in next week to the Black Raspberry Radio Show on S.STREET Media Radio on live365.com at 1 o'clock every goddamn day. Please tune in, y'all, and listen to that good old Marvin Gaye music. Yo, peace.